Hey guys, this is David from I Am Vanguard here with another Buddyfight deck profile. Before I get into the deck profile, no, I haven't quit Vanguard. I am just waiting for the new sets from Vanguard G to be released. So make sure you guys stay tuned for my Vanguard deck profiles and matches. I will have more matches up for Vanguard, probably more this weekend, and then when Daniel comes back at the end of November, we'll probably have more matches from there and on. And gonna get right into the deck profile. As you see, it's Darkness Dragon World. Of course, my buddy being Death Gaze, because I actually like Death Gaze in the artwork wise. I think Death Gaze is probably one of my favorites, so I decided I'll put Death Gaze as my buddy. Of course, I think Gallo is a much better buddy, but anyways, I am running 2 of the Black Dragon Marvel Taker. This is I guess this is the only thing that has a huge defense in your deck. And it has double attack, so I think that's good already. So potentially it can get rid of the opponent's monster on the side that can link attack you. Or you can just go directly for the opponent. So I think Marvel Taker at 2 is pretty good. At the moment I am running 2 Black Dragon El Huracan. Honestly, I would run more of the El Huracans instead of Bloody Moon, but I'll probably replace the 2 Bloody Moons from here to the El Huracan is what I do want to adjust, but 2 Huracan is still good, so for now I run 2 El Huracans, 3 Bloody Moons. El Huracan is 2 damage when it hits, and then of course Bloody Moon is only 1 damage, but it has the 2 crits, so potentially you can attack the opponent. And its attack stat is 7,000, so I think honestly it's really good. Of course, the other one is Death Wizard Dragon is my last size 2 in the deck. Death Wizard Dragon is really one of the only cards that can give you gauge management, which it's really good because if you're potentially when the opponent attacks you, you're going to be at 7 average because of the damage that they can do. It's usually 2-1 or they're going to hit for a big 3. So you're going to be at 7. You go, alright, I call Death Wizard, you're going to be at 6, and then you activate Abyss Symphony and draw your 2 cards. So I think Death Wizard can manage your life and your gauge. So I think Death Wizard is really good for that reason. So I do run 4 because need gauge. And especially this deck, gauge management is really important. Of course, I run 2 of the other promos, which is Death Ruler Atis. Looks like a clown, kind of psychotic clown kind of thing. Clowns are disgusting. But anyways, it's a pay gauge 1. It has Shadow Dive and it has 2 crits. Honestly, I can replace it for any other cards in the deck. Maybe another Black Revenger. I don't know. Probably I'll probably keep it. I think it's still good. More Shadow Dives, more directly on the opponent. So it's pretty good on 2. And then of course I have to run 4 because Death Gaze is my buddy. Death Gaze, if you don't know the effect, it's pay 1 gauge for the call cost. It has Spectral Strike, it gives 2 damage. Pretty good. I think usually the size 2s are Spectral Strike, and then the size 1s are usually Death, which I like. So it's a little hybrid. Running 4 of the Death Ruler Gallo. Gallo, really good, pay 1 gauge. When it attacks directly, it has a Shadow Dive ability. It has 2 crits, and then if it hits, you can gain 1 life if you hit the opponent. Which, sometimes they're going to guard for it, which, hey, I have more Shadow Dives, or I have something that can kill your monster. Or if you let it hit, hey, thanks for the new life. You get a life. So, Gallo's really good. Honestly, Gallo is one of the cards I think, it's actually doing its pay 1 gauge. It's worth the 1 gauge to call it. And then of course I run a free one, Death Ruler Brutal, which has Shadow Dive and 2 crits. So all the size 1s have a gauge cost except for this one. Which honestly I'm still debating to replace it or not, but it works perfectly fine. This is my 12 defense, I guess. These are my shields. I run 4 Black Dragon shields, 4 Death Grips because it's gauge 1 and destroy anything size 2 or above. And then of course Midnight Shadow. Because a lot of people estimate I have Black Dragon Shield. They attack individually and I use Midnight Shadow to block it. So Midnight Shadow is a really good shield card. I run 4 item cards, which is the Evil Death Sight. pretty good stat for 2 crits. If the opponent has something, I will link attack, Spectral Strike it. So just a weapon that can do something. And then I run 2 Judgment Days because I do run certain death units. This is a death unit also, so these are all targets for Judgment Day. So I only run 2 Judgment Days. I don't have to see it enough. If there's a situation I can't use it, I will just charge it and get a new card. And then of course I run 2 Black Avengers. Would love to run more because this is basically a monster itself. So maybe 3 Black Avengers, really nice card. If you pay a gauge, you can grab a size 1 and a size 2 monster from the drop zone and put it to your hand. So basically, monsters. And then I run 3 Devil Sigmas. 4 is not really necessary in the deck. This card is really good because you can sack your monster, get a life, and 2 gauge. So basically, it can dodge link attacks. If you need a life, you can just kill one of your monsters and get a life for an extra damage and get 2 gauge. You can death grip and so on and so forth. You get the story. And then of course I run 3 Abyss Symphonies because these are the only draw cards in the deck. So running draws are really good. Why not 4? Because if I run 4, it's getting clogged up. So I run 3 for that reason. I would like to make some adjustments in the future, but this build is pretty much the build I am using currently in my local, so hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Make sure you guys comment, rate, subscribe down below for more opinions, of course. I would love to hear opinions about this deck because this deck is still on experimenting. I'm still not complete with this deck, honestly, in my opinion, but this is the deck I have currently, so make sure you guys show some support and love to I Am Vanguard's channel, and like always, imagine the victory. I am Vanguard. Thanks for watching.